Season 5 releases today, guys, and then in just a few hours, the maintenance will start for TDUSC. Now, last night, the Solo Club letter for October released, and it had a lot of details for new questions and answers, and a lot more Season 5 update details. Now, I'm going to split this into two videos. This one, we're going to go over the questions, and in the next one, we're going to go over the actual Solo Club letter. So let's take a look at all of the answers KT have for us from their recent live stream. So last week on the Nikon Racing page, there was a stream showcasing Season 5 gameplay, and Guillaume and I had a Q&A with the community. Now, it was a bit rushed, and for sure it's something we have to fix next time. But to help you guys get more clarification on some of the questions that you guys asked, we actually went ahead and gave you guys a lot more solid answers in this letter. The first one is, will we expand Ibiza? Now, this is something a lot of the community has been asking for, and we know it is something that we want to bring in the future, but we don't want to make any promises on this until we have a dedicated team working on this. So at the moment, our teams are working on obviously houses, the ORC, and other elements of TDUSC. And this feature, obviously, to build a whole new map with content on it requires a lot of teams and a lot of work to actually do so. But another reason is that KT is working on the optimization of the game. Now, optimization means to create new processes to build the world, and they can't work on these new processes while adding errors to the old processes, if you guys understand what I'm saying. Now, the plan is, however, it would be to update Ibiza in sections rather than the entire island at once, especially as they want to add content to the expanded areas of Ibiza as they arrive. And when they have a dedicated team working on the expansion of Ibiza, we'll be able to communicate that with you. The next question is about daytime running lights, high beams, low beams. So we've seen this request a few times, and it's something we think we can integrate into TDUSC, but it requires a new lighting structure to set up the differences between all three light modes, as well as integrating the feature into the KT engine and following each car's DRL setup. Now, that said, they can't communicate on this improvement yet until it's something that they actually start working on, but they believe it fits TDU perfectly, which is really good to hear. Moving on, the next one is the cross-region and cross-play. Now, we already discussed this a bit in the dev documentary, and cross-region will be prioritized over cross-play. It will require a lot of work on the network to adapt for the system, but they do have a dedicated team working on the feature, but they don't think it will be possible to have finished until hopefully by the end of 2026. So, a little long ways away, but to be honest, if we do have a cross-region feature, I would sure hope that it's just one of the most polished features of all time, because we don't want to have a repeat of what happened at TDUSC's launch once these cross-region servers go live. My other hope is, and I don't think it's possible, but if we can get both at the same time, cross-region and cross-play, but not holding my tongue for that at all. Now, next, when can players expect more optimization? So the next large optimization update is an update 2 of Season 5, and it's actually detailed in the October Solo Club letter, which you guys will see in another video. The bug on steering animation delay. So this is actually currently being worked on. KT has found the issue, but they hope to have a solution for it by Season 6. We'll obviously communicate on that when we get closer to the time. The next thing is customization for TDUSC. Now, there is already more customization options arriving in the future of TDUSC, and KT think it's something that can help elevate the personalization aspect of TDUSC, but they also know a lot of the TDU fan base prefers more TDU DNA derived customization options, like simply changing a caliper color or rim size or rim color or OEM plus parts. Now, they'll keep us on the loop on these improvements throughout year 2, so really cool to see. At least we will have some more TDU DNA inspired stuff, not just wild body kits and massive spoilers, although I do like that, and you know, I'm happy it is in TDUSC. I do think some OEM plus stuff will look just as nice too. So what are the plans for the realistic tachometer UI? Now, it's something that honestly we would love to have in TDUSC, and they've actually made a few samples of this concept to get approval from the manufacturers on the design. And once they have feedback, they will evaluate their next steps on the feature, but they can't confirm for sure yet, because it all depends on what the manufacturers say. But hopefully, if it is all well, then it's something that can be added to the roadmap of TDUSC. Now, similarly, the same question was asked about GPS navigation, and of course, it also follows the same rule of having manufacturer feedback too. Now, 8-player groups is the big thing. They made some progress on this feature since it was last communicated, but the goal is to have it ready for season 6, but they're not sure yet, but they're aiming for season 6, so hopefully that ends up happening. Photo mode is another question that was asked by the community. They don't have any plans to work on the feature soon, but they think it's something that could go well with housing. It's a big work because it requires taking the KT engine a step further in how the photo mode renders and works, but when they have better visibility on this subject, they will be able to tell us. Moving forward, this similar thing for the livery editor. To do a complete overhaul in year 2 is probably quite hard to do, but maybe some small quality of life features in the actual livery editor itself could be a really good project to have, and that's anything from grouping stickers to raising the text character limit, stuff like that, honestly. Moving on though, the rotating the camera during rim purchases or vehicle purchases, I know that's been asked for a lot. They believe it's something that they should work on for TDUSC, but they'll share news on it in a future update. It's funny, in TDU2 you couldn't rotate the camera for your rims, and now come to think about it, why could we not do that in TDU2? It's a pretty smart thing to do because you want to see the whole car, you want to zoom out and customize your car like so, it is what it is. Anyways, now another question is, can players expect more weather scenarios added to TDUSC, such as rain on Ibiza or thunderstorms with lightning on Hong Kong Island? Now, I said we've worked on many scenarios of weather in Season 5 Hong Kong Island time cycle update, but we have not added a scenario for severe thunderstorms with lightning. We think the addition of rain to Ibiza would be nice, and we have also thought of adding a cycle in Ibiza called Kalima, which, by the way, is like you see it's on islands like Tenerife or Gran Canaria, Ibiza, where the Sahara sand from Africa kind of travels, and it brings like a fog, like a sand fog, if you know what I'm saying. Just search up Kalima and you'll see what I mean. But our team unfortunately has other things to focus on at the moment, but at least we know the art direction is taking a really nice turn for the good in TDUSC. Can players expect more casino game modes in the future? Now, they do say before bringing more game modes to the casino, we want to focus on features that all players can enjoy, as there are restrictions for many countries that prevent players from accessing the casino in TDUSC. Now, we are looking to the possibility of opening up the casino to more countries where government rules may be discussed further. More news on this will arrive when we have more to share. So at least looking into seeing if they can open up the countries or free up the list so more people can enjoy the casino, but stuff like that is unfortunately going to take time with the whole governments and all that. You guys know how it is. Now the JDM vehicles, another big thing coming in year 2 anyways, but players can expect a JDM filled season in season 7. All vehicles both in the dealership, online store, and the solar pass will be JDM. Now recently we also had a community vote on a vehicle which fits such description. Now the recent thing about that was this poll. That's what they're referencing, and they said they know it's something that players want to see, but they don't want to reveal too much yet. So that's on the topic of JDM vehicles, sedans, wagons. Next question, will other TD2 features be returning? There are many gameplay elements to TDUSC or from TD2 so far, but they think that there's always room to improve and adapt more, and they can't comment specifically on what we plan for the future of TDUSC outside of the already communicated year 2 content, but they have some great ideas to evolve TDUSC in the future. The next question is about plans to change the design of dealerships and workshops. They did say it is something that is on their minds to help them reach a goal of a more realistic and cinematic experience in TDUSC, but they're not working on it yet, as our team of course is working hard on the ORC, the houses, the race layout improvements, and obviously more, and it's something they want to bring to the world of TDUSC in the future, so really nice to hear that. And the last but not least, the question about the police in TDUSC. Adding a police system would be nice for TDUSC, however they don't think it's something that they can commit to yet, because such a feature would need to be like TDU2's, obviously both single player and both multiplayer, a feature where it calls people on the map to join a session associated with a licensed police themed vehicles, with the livery appearance being awarded to players. And obviously making this feature is not a 3-month or 4-month or 5-month job. It needs a lot of work, especially with the online infrastructure of the feature. And honestly, it's full on the year 2 roadmap. Is it something that could happen beyond year 2? It's possible. Maybe we can do another community voted season concept for this when we get closer to hopefully year 3 and we discuss the plans on what we'll do for year 3. I think that's when they'll be able to open up more on what the actual concept of the future of TDUSC for the year after. That said though, those are all of the questions asked and answered in this letter. Let me know what your thoughts are of these questions and answers. Does it help you guys get everything you need? Let me know in the comment section below. Apart from that though, I think the mention of Ibiza at least is really nice. I think it's a lot more in-depth and direct answer than what it was in the live stream. And hopefully the next live stream will be a lot more, I guess, better laid out, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But I think it was for first time, it wasn't that bad. But that said, I'm Alex7 and I'll see you guys in another video. The October Solo Club letter will be just after this, and I'll go over the rest of the letter on Steam, which has all of the details beyond that. Like we have poker, before and after map changes, update 1, update 2 details. There's honestly a lot in this letter, some new screenshots as well. Bro, I can't wait to go through this with you guys. Oh my god, the map changes are crazy. Some new screenshots, as you can see. Looking nice, looking nice, looking nice. But yeah, we'll discuss this in the next video. I'm Alex7 and I'll see you guys in another video. I'm out, guys. Peace.